Hi, let's go and create our first repository. So open your GitHub profile and click on the tab Repositories and then select the button New. And let's give the repository a name. So we will be building an input integer component. I, for example, already have this component on my GitHub, so I will just use a different name, something that is available, but you feel free to just call it input integer. We will make this repository public. We'll initialize it with README, and we'll select an MIT open source license. So let's click Create, and voila, we have our repository. So if we go to Settings, we can further customize the repository. So for example, because our component is very simple, we will not need any wikis. We will also not need projects. We don't need to preserve the repository. We will need issues though. And okay, we can leave this other stuff. And another thing, if we click the tab Pages, we can add a preview for our repository. So we can now copy this link and save it as our web page for the repository. So click here, About, and then add a link to our web page. So our repository has two files, license and README, and this is the README. It basically just takes the title of the repository for now. We can, of course, further customize it. Here it's usually the documentation about the component, how it works, how can somebody use it. And if we click here, we get a preview. So this preview is currently just pulling whatever is in README, but if we would add index.html file, then it would show whatever we define in this index.html. So this is it. This is how you create a repository on GitHub. Go create one, get things ready so that later you can add the code here.